Hello everyone. Thank you for stopping by and watching my videos. Today, it's going to be very interesting. You hear rumors upon rumors that Jehovah's Witnesses taking scriptures out of the Bible. And sometimes you want to check to see if someone's telling the truth. Because, you can't take the word of someone outside the organization because they could be called apostates and they're just lying to people. Well, people, guess what? I'm not lying. This was brought to my attention many years ago, and I decided to do a video about it. And how do I usually say? Let's have some fun with it. So I'm going to play an audio. It's John 8, 1 through 11. And we go from there.
But Jesus went to the Mount of Olives. Now early in the morning, he came again into the temple, and all the people came to him. And he sat down and taught them. Then the scribes and Pharisees brought to him a woman caught in adultery. And when they had set her in the midst, they said to him,
"Teacher, this woman was caught in adultery, in the very act. Now Moses in the law commanded us that such should be stoned. But what do you say?"
This they said, testing him, that they might have something of which to accuse him. But Jesus stooped down and wrote on the ground with his finger, as though he did not hear. So when they continued asking him, he raised himself up.
"He who is without sin among you, let him throw a stone at her first."
And again he stooped down and wrote on the ground. Then those who heard it, being convicted by their conscience, went out one by one, beginning with the oldest even to the last. And Jesus was left alone, and the woman standing in the midst. When Jesus had raised himself up and saw no one but the woman, he said to her,
"Woman, where are those accusers of yours? Has no one condemned you?"
"No one, Lord."
"Neither do I condemn you. Go, and sin no more."
Okay. Now, this is Jehovah's Witnesses 2013 New Bible. John 8, the New World Translation. Look, people, it shows you the big 8, chapter 8, verse 12. There is no verse 1 all the way to verse 11. Let's go back to the Bible that I remember before they came up with the new Bible. John 8, 1 through 59. And you see right here, in their own Bible, talk about the woman. The Pharisees brought the woman to Jesus. Very interesting. So, what I'm going to do, you know me, I call the Watchtower, and let's have some more fun. I'm doing fine. How are you doing?
"Not too bad, not too bad. And you?"
I'm doing great. I was going to be start my reading on John chapter 8 and in the New Bible, and something is wrong. verses 1 through 11 is not there. You got verse 12 all the way down to, I think it's 52, but there is no verse 1 through 11. And I went to compare that to the old Black Bible, and the verses is there in the old Black Bible, but it's not in the new Bible.
Okay, which old Black Bible are you referring to?
The one before we got this 2013 Bible.
Okay, so now let me just take a look here. So where are you now? You're in John where?
Chapter 8.
All right, let's pull up my reference Bible here, my other Bible.
From the other Bible, I know what's missing, but I don't understand why 11 paragraphs is totally took out of the Bible.
All right, so here's the thing. Now, through continued study and the weight of manuscript evidence shows that those verses were not part of the original writings. Verses 1 through 12 were not part of the original, verses 1 through 11 were not part of the original writings, and will not be included in our Bible, because they were added at some point in time. They were not added by true servants of Jehovah, and they cannot be considered part of the inspired text. So they're not in the Bible.
Okay, thank you very much. Like I said, it had me stop. You know, like I said, I enjoyed my Bible reading. When I got to chapter 8, it was gone, and like I said, it had me confused. So I had to check from the other Bible that I had. So I had to call and find out, you know, what was going on.
Sure, understood. And so we thank you for the call, and we wish you well.
Thank you very much. You helped me really good.
Okay. Oh, good. Okay.
Okay, bye-bye. Okay. This is the reason why they took the scripture out. On verse 3, it's talking about the scribes and the Pharisees. That would be like the minister servants and the elders in Jehovah's Witnesses congregation. They found out that there was a lady in the congregation had committed adultery behind her husband's back. They would have brought that woman to Christ, and Christ would have did the same thing what he did to the scribes and the Pharisees. And he asked them, anyone who wants to throw the first stone, if they have not committed no sin. Well, guess what? Everybody sins. Everybody mess up. So, what am I getting at? Jesus showed mercy to the woman. He didn't ask her how many men she has sex with. He never asked her in front of them, what positions did you have sex? Did you have oral sex? Did they touch your breast? No, he didn't. But see, the elders in Jehovah's Witnesses congregations, they ask these questions. So people, what I'm trying to bring out, if Christ never would ask questions about someone committing fornication or adultery, because he knew that, remember the lady at the well? He knew how many husbands she had. He knew the one she was living with was not her husband, so she was committing fornication. But did he lecture her the way the Watchtower gets the elders to do, to get every single detail. Even if a 20-year-old or a 15-year-old girl committed fornication, they ask her so many questions. And she admitted that she broke God's law and she committed fornication. Christ set an example. He never asked questions how she committed fornication or adultery. So that is why the Watchtower took this scripture and took out the verses out of John chapter 8, 1 through 11, because with this scripture, you can prove Christ had mercy toward this woman and other people, and he did not ask questions how they had sex. Was they had protection? Where were they? How many times they touched each other? People, the Bible can prove Jehovah's Witnesses teaching wrong. You even saw for yourself here, 1 through 11 is gone. So that means from their other Bibles, they took it out. So people, you need to wake up. This is a false religion. If they take scriptures out of one big area, how many other places they took scriptures out of the Bible because it don't fit in their teaching, fit in the governing body teaching? You need to wake up. You're not in the real religion. What did Christ told? Anyone adding and subtracting from the scriptures, what punishment they will get? Well, we know when you take something away, it's bad. And when you add to scriptures where it doesn't say from the original scriptures, that means there's another punishment. So people, you need to wake up and realize this organization is dangerous. Thank you and have a nice day.